we're also just minutely changing your path just by changing your takeaway.
Yeah.
Keeping you taking it away quite as inside, a little more out. The club has a better opportunity to fall rather than go back inside and then a little bit over, which just over exaggerates your right miss. If you start with that, like so, now try and turn it with your shoulder. Boom. Now turn it through with your hips. Boom. Not as much wrist, not as much in the hands. We're taking away the small muscles. The more we rely on our big muscles, the less movement you're going to have.
Yeah.
The more consistent ball flight. Good. So, obviously, we're trying to promote a more consistent impact position with your hands. Second thing this is also doing, have you noticed your ball flight is now starting on target rather than starting right and working back?
Yeah.
Still has the 2 feet of draw, it's just not as prominent. We talked before about your alignment being too far right. Well, that seems to be your tendency on the course. Here, while we've been practicing, some of it may be to do with this wall that's over here.
Yeah.
You've been keeping your club face pretty much 5 to 10 yards right of the yellow flag. And as you progress through balls, since you're not going through your pre-shot routine, your alignment has started to, with your body, has started to open. You, Brad, since you're obviously a lower handicap golfer, we're not going to have to really go through the happy. That's more of me joking with you.
Yeah.
The biggest difference between this shot and your usual chip you already play is you're going to be a little closer to the ball, you're going to stand taller, and you're going to have more of a putt motion and no wrist action. So the wrist is not going to hinge back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's give it a go. You have your wedge in hand. Let's swap to the 9.
Okay.
So use the same line and same spot you were thinking about earlier. Just bring it back down the hill. Let's say another 10 feet. Since it's so inclined, it's definitely going to slow it down.
Yep.
And give it a go.
I felt myself kind of help it.
No problem. So if you feel like you're having to help it with your right wrist, a good way to make sure you don't have to do that is put your weight more on your front foot,
Okay.
which will help make sure you have a nice blow through the ball instead of having that urge to lift it up with the right wrist. Looked like you hit that one better, and then you're like, I'm going to hit this one even more forward.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So part of your right miss can be attributed to the fact if the ball, stand back here with me. So if the ball is right there in my stance, where is my club face in regards to my body?
Open.
Open. As it moves more to the center, a little more square, a little closed. Obviously, with the length of club, that's going to change a little bit.
Yep.
But you're hitting a lot of your... Now, with a wedge, this is probably fine. But with an 8-iron, or move on up to the driver, playing it towards the middle, probably going to cause a lot of those right shots. Second part of the process here is we're going to try and flatten your swing a little bit. So instead of your hands being up here,
Yep.
we want to get them to over here.
Okay.
How do you think you're going to do that?
Flatter take back.
Flatter takeaway. You got it. So pre-swing. Whereas whatever you feel like you're doing now should feel something like this. I want you to feel like you keep your shoulder down to the ground, and you're going to bring it more along your inside here. So it's going to feel like you're laid off. It's going to feel like you're swinging like me, but I promise you won't be. You're probably going to be right in the slot. So to give you a reference, I'm going to set this ball up here. Under no circumstance do you get close to hitting that ball on your takeaway. So no matter what, you're going to swing more towards this inside track here. So speed on these first few, I want you to go about 50%, and then we're going to work our way up to a full swing.
Okay.
But just while you're getting the feel for your takeaway, let's go waist high and stop. So I want you to feel like that shoulder is down in the ground, almost at the ball. And then you just let the hands flow freely and the wrist hinge. Perfect.